Alright, g'day, hi and welcome. Hey, the silver pellet is backwards. Plot Dickens. Here's my poor boot. Kinda cool in here this morning. Here. Keep me warm. Okay. Yeah. Okay, so I don't think I can fit anything. Oh, no. I'm backwards. I can't go into drive. I gotta go in reverse. Yeah. I parked this way because my dad's truck was just a little bit too, would have been too much of a pain to try to back in around it. So I had opted for the straight drive-in. Well, now we go into drive. So I think I got everything. I don't know if I'm going to be able to cut the grass today. It's supposed to regular. See little drops, eh? So what happens is you get these little drops and they don't seem like much, but drops for an hour, and then suddenly the grass is so wet you can't cut it. And yeah. Man, what a day I had yesterday. I got lots done. Not for me, of course, but oh. Stop doing that. Shh. I had a commenter yesterday. I don't know if they've been a long time subscriber or not. If they haven't, I guess they don't know what they're in for with this channel. But there was something along the lines of, dude, you have no idea how bad a shape your car is in. It's sad, or something like that you don't understand. It kind of like, you know, I don't understand how bad my car is. Trust me, I know how bad my vehicles are. A reg vehicle is it's yeah. Oh yeah, no. I realize the time bomb and the like. That's why like nothing phases me, because it's like if I were to really put like serious thought of how much in danger I am, you know, all the time. You know what I mean? Like it's like no, I just prefer to you know, like pretend it's nothing's wrong. You know what I mean? It's like yeah, it's. I know it's a bad way to be, but yeah, no, I'm fully aware of the situation of each vehicle I have. That's why I have a procedure for everything. I have a bailout procedure for my vehicles. Like literally, I have a bailout procedure, like how to jump out. Okay, guys, check it out. I'll drive by slow. See, the third tree. See, I got him done yesterday. That was a tricky one, but it went well. I had up and down the ladder about 100 times. I had to tie up the ladder each time. But I got the tricky branch. I got it. I was up there. I had mini beast going really good. Gave him a quick sharpen, and I got a big fire pit or something to grab there. They give me a fair amount of scrap metal. I don't know why he doesn't do it. He's got the big truck. I guess he just doesn't have time or whatever. He's like, yeah, Reg, I got some more metal for you. So, okay. But anyway, yeah, so I finally got that tree done to as far as I could do with the little saw. The problem is I could probably cut more. But I only got a 12-inch bar on that sucker. 12 or 13-inch bar on that sucker. So it's not like I could just cut through, you know, the whole way. It probably would do it, but I don't want to half cut, leave it there. So the rest, like the danger part is down, because it's a dead tree. It's a dying tree, right? Or it's pretty much dead. So what ends up happening is that between the garden boxes and the little, I forget what kind of, I think they're peonies or whatever kind of bush or whatever. I had to fall it so I wouldn't hit that, and I landed the branch. I was like, okay, if it twists at all, it's going to land right on that little peony. And I don't want it to do that, if that's what it's called. Little shrub, anyway. So I'm like, okay. So I make my cut, and it's really hard. This is where that little top handle saw would have been really nice yesterday. Anyway, so I notched it, and I cut it, and I kind of did one of these things where if this was the wheel, and this was the notch here, I kind of like did one of these things to kind of get it to go the opposite way, just to hold on. So once it started going, I mean, the thing was only maybe about that, maybe about that round. It was a dangerous cut, for sure. So I started cutting, no problem. I saw it starting to go a bit, watched the top, and the top seemed like it was going to go in the direction I want. So once it started going a bit more, I just gave it a little bit, waited till it was starting to really go, and then I gave it about three little nips there, and down she went. Completely missed everything. Landed exactly, I missed the brush, the shrub pile maybe by about that much, but that was a miss is a miss, a miss is a win, you know what I mean? So I'm like, that's awesome. So then I had to cut the second. I cut 3 pieces, or cut 2 pieces, but I'm gonna have to cut three. So where it came out like this, now is where it gets tricky, right? So anyway, long story short, I got the second one, and I'm like, oh yeah, this one should go right where I wanted. And that one, guess where it landed? Right on top, and that was the heavy piece too. So it landed right on top of the peony bush. So I was like, uh-oh. I didn't damage it too bad, but it was like, ah, crap. Try not to destroy all the flowers. I mean, what can you do, eh? I mean, it's not like the bush isn't going to grow back well, so it's like, it's not fully, it's still kind of like spring dead yet, so it's not like fully, like everything's starting to bloom. See all the lilacs are blooming. Look at that, look at all the lilacs blooming. Right? So I did that, and then there was 3 branches on the top, but they were like this, one kind of in front of the other, so it wasn't, you had to look at it to see at the tops they were intertwined, like you had to cut them 1, 2, 3, because if you didn't, the other one could get hung up on the top and do a spin and come back. You never know what a tree's going to do 100%, right? Like it's like coming out like this, like branches like that, right? And so I cut the first one, it went where I wanted. Second one landed right on top of the first one, and then the third one was absolutely no problem. But I mean, you're cutting with the chainsaw right at your face. You're trying to kind of stay below it a bit, so if it does kick back, you don't lose an eyeball or a nose or something. I'm going to find out if I'm working tomorrow or not over here. So I'm waiting for that load of topsoil. But either way, it was, when I topped the first one was the hard one, because the way it came out, like, it came out like this, right? And then, like twizzled in a few spots. And that was going to be the hard branch, but I had to do that one first, because if she was going to have to get an arborist to do it. Oh, okay, good. Well, I know what I'm doing tomorrow. It's going to be a long day. More shoveling. Do the topsoil there, so that's good. There's a lot of shoveling this week, that's for sure. But the good news was I got the tree done, to this point. So I'm just waiting to get either my other saws fixed or till I get my new big saw. But that won't be, like, it doesn't matter if I even get it done this year. It'd just be nice to, because we're going to use the stump